Good afternoon. We're here today with Brad Smith of Security Design Consultants, who wants to talk with us about alarm systems and the need to have them in your home. Brad, you want to tell me why someone would want to make sure that they have an alarm system in their home?
Sure, Larry. I think most people know that an alarm system is a really good thing to have, and for most people who aren't sure about it, it may just be a question of cost. But for those who don't know why an alarm system is effective, I'll tell you that anyone who's ever had a break-in wishes they had an alarm system. And anyone who thinks about it wishes that they have it and thinks about wishing that they were using it, because there's nothing worse than the feeling of knowing that someone has been in your house, has destroyed things, has rifled through your personal possessions, maybe stolen irreplaceable items, and even worse, thinking that somebody might be in your house when you or your wife or your child or your husband get home and come upon a burglar in the house. And that's just the burglary side of it, of course. There's also fire, and although the fire detectors that are required by the state are perfectly adequate when you're there, and there are better ones, of course, but when you're not there, they don't do much. They just make noise in the house, and unless somebody is walking by and sees a fire raging, the house is probably going to be lost to that fire. But the ones that are part of an alarm system report to an alarm company, to a central station, and get the fire department there.
Hey, as a matter of fact, you mentioned central station. How does that work?
Well, essentially there is a signal that goes from the house, either over a phone line or a radio frequency, a cellular signal, that goes into an alarm company central station, and the people there who are staffing that central station typically take one of several actions, but the most common is to call the house to give you an opportunity to cancel a false alarm so that we don't have the fire department or the police department dispatched unnecessarily. And then, receiving no answer at the house, they dispatch the fire department or the police department, and in addition they make a phone call to you and to your spouse and to anybody else on a list that you might have provided.
So in other words, there is someone watching your house at all times when the alarms go off. Is that what we're talking about with central?
Well, maybe psychologically, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, literally that's not true.
But it beats waiting for someone to walk by.
That's exactly right. And the central station monitoring usually pays for itself, and sometimes it actually pays double, because if I understand correctly, you get a pretty substantial discount on the homeowner's policy.
Actually, you are correct. As a matter of fact, if you do decide to install an alarm system into your house, what you're looking at is between a 10 and 15% discount for a central station burglar and fire alarm. The insurance companies really look to that as the benchmark for supplying any alarm credits. So yeah, it'll actually pay for the central station monitoring over the course of a year.
Yeah, and in my case, I was required to have central station monitoring. I was required to have a central station monitored fire alarm in addition to the burglar alarm, and to have low temperature and high water devices also in my house, as well as carbon monoxide. And it absolutely pays for the cost of the central station monitoring, and it's helping defray the cost of the original installation.
Brad, thank you very much. I appreciate your time here today.
Thank you, Larry.
As I say, we'll talk later. Thank you very much.